Hey, what's up, miners? So, getting our 3060 rig set up. Um, Trying out this mini version of the Peerless Assassin. So, I run the Assassins on a lot of my rigs, and that's the normal one set up here. They're both on the same stands, and it looks like, I'm gonna save maybe about an inch or so, but um, that's the difference. So, hopefully we can fit under those GPUs in that frame. And so I just pulled this off, and hopefully we'll be less than 70C. We'll see. But yeah, that's the regular Peerless Assassin 120, and that's the Mini. So look to be the same. Otherwise, still 6 tubes. Maybe the fin stack is a little more fine, but I don't think so. It's a little shorter. Okay, and it seems to cool almost the exact same. So I've got kind of high 40s, but right now it's nighttime. It's usually 80 in here in the daytime, and that's usually back in the back here, which is kind of an exhaust row. And the air flows there, and they each progressively get a little warmer. So. But that typically stays in the mid 50s when it has one of the regular, Peerless Assassins on it. So I don't notice really any difference in the performance. And then, the corners are cut off there, which is different than on the Mini than the regular, which is has the squared corners. Oh no! Hitting things. But definitely cooler than that little Wraith Stealth, which was in the 70s Celsius, just sitting up here on its own. So that's the difference on a 5900X between Wraith and an Assassin. About 30 degrees. A fun experiment. So hopefully that'll fit, and we'll get this other 450 put together, or set up. I guess it's already put together, but we'll get it set up and get those 3060s on here. Alright, so we've got Windows loaded up, and that's what I'll base everything on for now. And I just had it on RandomX. What was this? This was Zephyr, and it's been pretty steady. And it's keeping up doing what it should do. This is 5900X7. And then Overture being on similar overclocks, but different motherboard. Definitely not exact overclocks. So that's probably a little the discrepancy along with the Silicon Lottery. So, but I do like those Patriot hard drives. Pretty good deal. Pretty happy with those. So that's what I'm using for now. And we'll see what 6 3060s on 2 of those 5900Xs looks like. And so we'll kind of mock up and see what design fits best. I have some ideas, but we'll fit them in there one way or another. So we'll see if Panda approves or not. What's up, buddy? Keeping that night watch. Alright, so we'll pull these two. And we've already got our 10 in here. And so we're not going to use either one of these power supplies, nor the motherboard, and maybe not these fans, but I don't know. So we'll start taking this apart. Alright, so we've got the power cables separated. And it is amazing how dirty these get so fast. It seems like I just cleaned this and it's full of bugs already. That's wild. But alright, we'll keep tearing it apart. Alright, got these dusty boys out of there. Holy smokes. And I have to say, this was by far the hardest rig to get 10 cards into Windows on. It took forever, but I finally got it. And so shout out to this little board for running 10 3060s for, gosh, well over, I don't even know, a couple years. But moving on. What a mess. So I'm gonna have to wait until morning so I can get outside with the air compressor and blow all this out. But we've got it apart, so I'll have to get that little caddy off. It's bolted down for the hard drive, and get rid of that guy. And we'll pull all these standoffs out, see where we want to put our motherboards, and drill some new holes, put some new standoffs in, and see what's up. Alright, we got our rig wire managed. Let's see if it turns on. If I didn't mess anything up too bad, we're all spinning. Woo woo! So fresh and so clean. I don't see a signal. What's happening? Oh, so I was scared. And I can't type. Very high-tech password. Woohoo! Alright, that rig is done. Moving on. Holy smokes. What a mess. Let's make it not a mess. Magical internet time has passed. And so I use these little standoffs. I cut one off here. And I need a longer screw from, I think that's from the Thermal Assassin install, but most of the Thermalrights have that for the AM4. But that screw matched this thread, which is out of focus. But that's the standard case screw. And then that allowed me to get this very poorly lit B450 on the side. So let's make a racket and get that in the light. So I was able to attach it here with that longer screw. And then I needed a spacer, and so I cut that off and used that as a spacer. And was able to get 4, so being a lightweight board, it does feel, wiggle the RAM, looking at the screen, oh my goodness, but it's rather sturdy, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, and on the back, it's the standard fan screws will fit into that hole there, so, and they were able to catch that little slot. So, ooh, what did I break? Just a GPU. It's okay. But that's kind of the back side. And so we'll get the other one on there and our 2 power supplies. Find our other, what do we got? We got to find 3 more cards. And we'll get this monster going. We'll see. But I've got pretty high hopes for it, so I'm pretty excited. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. So. And for the record, Panda did not help at all. But he's very good moral support. Hi, Panda. Oh, you need your window open. Be free. Bye, Panda. Alright, so I went ahead and pulled the rest of the 3060s. So those are number 10, 11, and 12. This used to be a 10. I pulled the 1 off. And then I snatched our other 1300 from the GDDR6X rig in the garage. And I'm going to pull out my cables. I was getting my risers ready. And wanted to share some thoughts on that. So as with the B450 from Asus, it's got I can run a 4-way and then single and single, so I can get to 6 rather easily. And one thing I just wanted to bring up is the B450. This model has the single M.2, which I like to run to not have the hard drive. One other way I could envision this is the B550. This one's from MSI. But what it does have is a secondary M.2 slot, which would allow you to run these, which is kind of the way I'll be going forward. I do have one rig on there that I did for test. And then if you're hard up for space, for the money, that's pretty expensive, but that does exist also. So, but I already had these laying around. If you do go with the old style, I wanted to show this. So this one up here are just random ones you'd get from like eBay or Amazon or something, of that nature. And so I wanted this one in particular, like when it came brand new, these two never worked, like ever. They'll never register a card, so it's just kind of a dual splitter. And then I started to order from GPU risers, much like my risers. These 4-way splitters had a 0% failure rate, so a couple years in. And you can see the quality of what they do source. So I don't know the electronic magic names, but you can see this little part here compared in size to the counterpart on the GPU risers one, and it's obviously more massive. Same with this little, whatever that little chip is here, and same chip here. It's like half the size, so you can kind of see the quality and what they're sourcing. So that's why I lean for them for anything like adapter related, riser related, that kind of stuff. So, and their package deals are really good. So, and one last thing, so obviously these are the sluice frames. They use the white. It's really neat from risers. I think I would get the bigger one if I were to do this again, and that would allow me, since I'm on the side here, I can do an X570 there with a 12, but I would be able to probably onboard 2 550s with their bigger frame and keep everything internal. So just something to think about. That crossed my mind as I was building. So. All right, let's get these GPUs hooked up. Alright, we've got 6 of them in. We're going to test out some Pyre. It is not wire managed, but this is kind of the idea. So I did get another one of those 360 IAOs, because I make poor decisions. And so that's kind of the model. So 3 and 3. We'll give us 6 over here. Beep, boop, boop. But we have to get that wire managed. That's hideous. But I just want to make sure everything works. And then these 3 over here. So running them off of a 1300 G2 from EVGA. It's their gold. And we got them to exhaust here. And same here. So these are exhausting out the back. So we'll have flow all in one direction. So we'll manage that Medusa nest if everything goes well here. So let's see what happens. It's alive! Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, I'll let that run for a little bit. And we'll build the other side. Woohoo! God, this place is a mess. Panda's mess. My mess. My mess. I guess it's mostly me. We got some work to do. Alright, see you in a minute. Look at that. I'm excited. Woo! Okay, so about 7 minutes in. Pretty smooth. And full side is up, which is nice. So we'll stress it with some CPU. Boom. See, oop, get out of there. See what the H-Winfo says. Hello. Yeah. Okay, we'll let that go. See how it does. All right. Let's see how we're doing. Very cool. Let's build the next one. Yeah. I have been wanting to build this for so long. I'm so excited. It's running. So we've got our 12 card rig filled out. Didn't. I was hoping to get 2 motherboards inside, but that's okay. Got our two 5900Xs. Very dense amount of mining material in one space. So, very cool. I'm quite pleased. And it's going. These are the. So with both sides going, the CPU's still staying pretty cool. And then we'll let these run overnight. And see if we can hit that minimum. Woo-hoo. But it is 3 a.m., so I'm going to start winding down and get a few hours sleep. Probably see you all in the live chats in the morning. Alright, well, 1 day in. Couple of hiccups, but everything worked out. We had one little shutdown and did a restart. Everything's been good. So I am quite pleased with this build. So we'll get it wire managed and make it look nice. Make it a little less spaghetti bowl look. And yeah, I really like these AIOs. So hopefully time doesn't prove me wrong. But good gosh, for $55, I'm blown away. And we did have some pretty decent luck. I think we're gonna be from the 13th on, which was just kind of the testing day, and then today was the first full day of tests. So we didn't get 4 blocks, and quite pleased with that. So it's been a successful week. We're all wire managed, like we saw earlier. This is all built, and it'll be wire managed soon. So, thank you all for hanging out with me on this crazy hobby that we enjoy, and more fun, weird builds incoming. Happy hashing, y'all. Enjoy. Thank you for hanging out, and keep growing.